So plate winners in Glasgow last weekend, Samoa accept the challenge of Shield finalists, the United States of America, in Pool B. So Samoa lead by 17-1 in the series. That's an emphatic statistic. They last met in Port Elizabeth when, well, the USA almost overcame Samoa. They lost in the end by 14-12. Samoa, so many of their attacking ploys revolve around number one, Alafoti Fawasiliva, Tupou, PC and Tom Yosefo have gas to burn. But we are probably seeing the end of an era here in London with the Walemai and Lolo Louis, so often game breakers over the years relegated to bench status. USA rebuilding under Alex Magleby, a new coach, interim coach, who took a number of positives out of the Shield final, placing it in Glasgow. Already looking to the Olympic Games in Rio in 2016. Captain Shalom Sunula is the playmaker. And the likes of Zach Test, former wide receiver of the Oregon Ducks, Justin Boyd and Tyan Osa will feed off him. So all the squad coming out onto centre stage. Walemai leads out Samoa, although he'll be starting off the bench. Interesting what Matt Turner said there, Mike Friday. Number of these top, the big hitters, the slow starters on the first day of the second tournament, back-to-back, of course. It's difficult to put a second series of 6 games back-to-back after such a competitive series as we had in Glasgow.
It is, and you know, most of the week they'll have been rehabbing, prehabbing and recovering, and you know, as we've talked about, your first game, opening the lungs, getting the cobwebs, making sure you get your skills right. It's difficult, it's hard. The first game is hard. That's why a lot of teams employ the blowout session an hour, hour and a half before, but it still only partly gets you through that first game. And rustiness, again, as Matt Turner said, rustiness plays a part always in game one.
Shalom Sunula prepares to get the game underway for the Americans, up against the hard-hitting Islanders of Samoa. Taken in by Tom Yosefo, an exciting player. 3 tries in that humiliating 47-0 defeat of South Africa a week ago in Glasgow. Let's see what shape Samoa in a week on. Ken PC to Tom Yosefo, first chance to run. Look at him pin back his ears, scorching down the touchline. Can he get the? Yes, he can. Kept his feet in play. Lovely try from Tom Yosefo.
Well, that's certainly an explosive start there by the Samoans. Again, great use of their strategy. They played to the width of Fawasiliva, but he came on the cut and he kept the ball alive this time. And they then moved it to the other side of the pitch so quickly, sucked in the USA defence, which was tight last week, and they're still too tight. And Yosefo's away down the tram line there for the first score, but illustrates the Samoan attacking strategy. They play to the width. Normally they hit hard into the contact. They mixed their game. They played out of the contact onto the offload, kept the ball alive, and Yosefo over for the first score.
The try goes unconverted, 5-0. Desperate tackle attempt there from the USA captain Shalom Sunula, but he couldn't prevent this guy from getting the first of many tries, I'm sure, this weekend.
Yeah, it shows his real wheels, because Sunula was in the sweeper position. He had the angle, but he just didn't have the gas to get there.
Wheels, that's a good word. So, Sunula, the captain. USA will be looking for a quick response. A wild pass, though. And Afa Ayono is in there very quickly to snap up the ball. Ken PC out wide. They won't stop Ken PC. One of the stars of this season. Fullback or centre in the 15s. 13th try then for Ken PC. He's a balanced runner, devastating finisher.
They've certainly come out with intent, haven't they, the Samoans? They're agreeing. The great hanging restart, a big strength of theirs. They affected the turnover, and this guy's been a sensation ever since he's arrived. He's a relatively novice to the 7th circuit, but PC, obviously from a good genetics with his brothers, but in his own right, quality finisher, quality rugby player.
Not a bad attempt. The conversion again is missed, but Samoa 2 tries to the good. Good contest, and it was Afa Ayono in there very quickly.
Wonderful steal, wasn't it? Great counter, pushed off, and then as the tackler had the rights to go for the ball.
Yeah, you mentioned Ken Peace's brothers. Of course, he's the younger brother of Samoan internationals, George and Tusi. Oh, so easy for Taulangi Afamasanga. The third try, and in as many minutes for Samoa.
Just a repeat, isn't it, really? They put the high hanging kick-off straight up the middle. The USA not competing, not learning from the first kick-off, and the same outcome, same result. Pressure on. They've got the ball back, and they're then in for their third score. But you see there, they send a man up, 2 men past. Loose pill on the floor. They pick it up, and he's away and under the sticks of the third score. Been a ruthless, impressive start by the Samoans, isn't it?
But you mentioned before, Mike, how efficient Samoa are after restarts. And here we go again. Look at how Afa Iono goes in to scavenge that ball in the contact area. No time wasted here by the Islanders. In full flight, Alafoti Fausiliva, the big guy.
We see here already that too many Americans all around the contact area. They're all side on, they're all honey-potting the breakdown. The Samoans again recognising they moved the ball, they're working this USA defence immensely hard.
Neat little slip pass there from Alafoti. Iono perhaps not ready for that one. Now then, can the States strike back? They've been stunned by 3 well-taken tries by Samoa. It's a half chance here for Nick Edwards, back inside to Zach Test. Now he won't be stopped. He's the USA's top try scorer, Zach Test. And the USA have clawed one back.
Wonderful little offload, wasn't it, the Zach Test there again. They're attacking part of their game, they're quite physical and they're working the Samoans when they get, but this is the first time they've been able to get their hands on the ball. And they work them hard, they're physical guys, the American boys. They attack the holes there, look for the offload, they keep the ball alive. He attacks down the tram line. Just look at this little sublime offload, switch your hands, Zach Test picks up the support line on the inside and they're under for the score. Just illustrates that the Americans are working well in their attack, but their issues are defensively. They've got to work on their alignment and their positioning to ensure that they don't work too hard in order to preserve their shape.
USA's best results this year, they were bowl finalists in Dubai, in Hong Kong and Tokyo. They trailed Samoa by 10 points with just over a minute left on the first half. Bright sunny afternoon here in Twickenham at the Marriott London Sevens. Crowd been flowing in all morning. Fancy dress.
Come white. Square and steady till the ball comes in, okay? Crouch.
Enjoying the first round of pool games.
Pause. Engage.
The Americans come again. Second score for them could make it interesting. Talafau. That's Nick Edwards.
Rock.
For the New York Athletic Club. Good hands from Tai Anosa. Good angle coming in there as USA look for their second try here. It's on its way. This is better. And again, it's Zach Test, one of the contracted players in this USA side, who crosses over for his 18th try, but more importantly, a second for the USA just before the break.
Just illustrates how important it is for USA that they get the ball and keep the ball. They are big lads, the USA lads. They're physical, they work the Samoan defence, they suck the Samoan defenders in. They're always looking for the offload because they're big, strong boys. But again, this is about quick, fast contact ball, moving the ball to the space quickly. Zach Test over for the second ball. Possession is everything for the USA if they're going to stay in this game.
So this kick to bring the USA back within 3 points. It's just short of the mark, but that's a good riposte, a good response from the USA. Just when Samoa appear to be running away with this one, 3 unanswered tries and then 2 for the States, and it's 17-12 at half-time.
Stay together. Stay together. said you're in for time. Bring it tight. Drew, can you hear me? Drew, you with me, bro? Okay. Again, we haven't really put a bad foot wrong. We just haven't had much possession. We need that ball. Those restarts. Okay, Mike, you call it up the switch. Remember 3 zone, that's where the ball's going, right? That makes sense when you can come on to it. Once we get that ball and tap back to our back, we have to get on.
It's a road position. Our score. I will have a man level out. I will have you up. I say, hello, good score. But I in the position in the game lining on the defense level. Say if I come for ano ba kilo vision kilo yai ni filu ma nela ba ka so no ga ko sa ya ba ur ka ko pono nela ba ka ko ne manos na ba ur ko algo ko pa ko mo fi ambos anda work hard for that defense manos
So, US of A clawed their way back into this match. They trail by just the one try. It's the defensive frailties that have let them down in the first half, but they've shown that they've got plenty to offer in attack. They claimed the restart at the top of the second half. They get first possession. Not the best of passes in. Very quickly there was Ken Pisi to prevent anything from developing. Hawley. Looking good, Andrew Duratalo. Big and strong is Andrew Duratalo from the old Puget Sound Beach Club in Seattle. Debutant this year at Port Elizabeth in South Africa. Poor passing again, the impetus lost for a second or two there. And now USA back in control again, looking for a third try. That's excellent, expertly done by Nick Edwards. And the USA are back on level terms.
Just how crucial it is there. You saw the Americans, they gathered the kick-off and they've kept possession. Duratalo is everything there with the line break. But then that's quality. Suspect tackling by the Samoans. Again for the third try, you know, they're just falling off. They're going a little bit higher, the Samoans at the moment, against the big physical Americans. And they're over for their third score, equaling score. Again, just shows the importance for the USA. They must get possession.
So this conversion from the far touchline to take the USA into an unlikely lead. Just dropped wide, but it's 17-all, and the Samoans have been stunned by that try from Nick Edwards, or Hawley rather it was.
Yep, no problem. Time off, please.
So Alafoti, Fawasiliva.
Just wait.
It's interesting here, he's making the changes, he's bringing on a bit of experience. You know, he talked about last week about Ureli Mai and Loie Louis, resting them, bringing the young guns on. But I think he realises sometimes there is a need for experience to help the young guys through difficult situations, and this is certainly
for Cholangi Afamasanga. Parafal. Strong running from the man from Salt Lake City. Sunula to Zach Test looking for a hat-trick. Spilt ball, and that could well have been a fourth try for the US of A. A real chance there. Zach Test knows that could have been a clincher.
Been an interesting game this, hasn't it, Win? I think, you know, we've seen the key things are for the USA. They look a bit suspect in terms of their defensive shape and their alignment. They look a bit tight, get a bit side on. The Samoans took full advantage of that in the first half, but they've been impressive, physical and powerful when they had the ball in hand. So they've got to keep their mistakes to a minimum.
Engage!
Yeah, the Americans don't mind the physical stuff at all. They've got pace as well to burn, as we have seen. But looking to get Samoa's campaign back on track. Out wide it goes. This is devastating running again. Dynamic running from the Samoan down the left-hand touchline. It's Tom Yosefo.
Just Just see again the experience of ULE Mai off the scrum, took them down the short side, worked the American defence, sucked them in. That gave Yusefo the opportunity to go inside and outside his man. He used his step, then he dropped down a couple of gears, and then he put the afterburners on for a big score for Samoa.
So Yusefo edges Samoa into the lead. Wale Mai. Samoa could well do with a conversion being successful. It is. So Wale Mai has proved its worth in the few minutes that he has been on. 142 tries to his name, and this young man is certainly somebody for the future. 25 tries this season coming into the London tournament. Now taking over the mantle of Michele Pessamino. There he is, Yusefo. Couldn't quite get that pass away. Still too close for comfort.
Yeah, a little critical time there, wasn't it? You saw ULE Mai put the kick up, Samoa got the ball back. That was one of those critical times. If they could have scored, they turned the screw. They now bring the Americans back into the game. USA, we know, have been very powerful with ball in hand, very physical, very direct, but nonetheless, it's worked for them against this Samoan team.
Fa'alominga Salesele is the man that's on for Samoa, replaces Alafotti Fawasiliva. Samoa, the cup winners in Las Vegas, runners-up in Tokyo to Australia. Artur Durutalo, former Fiji under-21 representative. So difficult to pull the ground. Lovely sidestep there from Shalom Sunyula, one of three brothers who represented USA at Sevens, Roland and Andrew being the other two. So a minute and a half for the Americans to get back on terms or to win this one even. That's a poor pass.
Advantage.
Nudged forward by Salesele.
Yep. Two blue.
Two little errors creeping in, aren't they? Both sides, a little bit edgy after, you know, Samoa starting so clinically. Obviously had the win put up a little bit by USA, have kind of forced their way back into the game with their power attacking game.
Samoa, with a population of about 180,000, is probably one of the smallest nations in the HSBC Sevens World Series, and competing against some of the wealthiest and high-tech countries in the rugby world. USA with ball in hand and 45 seconds or so remaining. Step again from the captain, Shalom Sunyula. Play on, says referee Sampson. Ball didn't go forward. USA need to score here. Durutalo. Out it goes to two-try scorer Zach Test again, taking it into contact. Doesn't mind the physical stuff. But the Americans not going anywhere at the moment. Now then, could have a man over on the far right there. There goes Rocco Mauer. He's got pace. One of the crossover players in the USA Sevens squad from American football. Rocco Mauer.
How important was that tackle? I thought Morrow was away there, and I think that, you know, that would have been a different story. Great tackle there by Yusefo, I think, here. Look at that fingertip stuff there by the Samoan number 8, Yusefo.
Oh, it's going to be curtains here. The genie is out of the bottle. Tom Yusefo strides clear, and Samoa looked a bit uncomfortable a few moments ago, but Samoa rounded it off in style. Samoa 29, USA 17, and Tom Yusefo has saved the day for the Islanders.
Yeah, again, you know, just great offloading attack by Samoa, who could have just kicked it out and called it a day, but no, they kept playing, looking for their offloads. PC, great offload inside, then a little switch pass back to Yusefo, and this boy has got proper wheels to burn, and he's away for his hat-trick.
So again, one of the big hitters, Samoa, breathing a little easier now, having downed the colours of the United States of America 31 points to 17, but they'll know they've been in the game.